that girls are like a little bit more, I don't know if I could call it superficial. Like in America,
It's a
they
very
look
good
for
word.
the most handsome guy, and but here it's different. I can talk for all the girls that here, at least in Venezuela and most Latin America, we're just looking for guys like that are honest and that have goals in life.
Someone commented on my other video, like, why does he see more women make videos about, like, how single life is such a struggle and it's hard for them, and he doesn't see a lot of men making those types of videos?
Now, my beautiful sis here has a point. Men, we've reached a different point now. You know, we used to be the chasers, and that is intrinsically what we are. We're hunters, we're chasers, we're providers, we're all of these things. But I think what women are feeling now are the effects of an environment that they've created. So there's nothing wrong with having standards. There's nothing wrong with having preferences. I think men and women alike should have standards and preferences. Only difference is with men, we're used to this. So we have the video game, we have group chats. Like, we talk about things amongst each other. Where women have gone wrong is y'all get on the internet and y'all get on TikTok, y'all get on Instagram, y'all have started podcasts about what y'all are going to do with the men. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, the women nowadays, y'all too thuggish. Like, and women forget that men are ego driven. Like, y'all don't forget, like, y'all know this, but y'all forget for some reason. So, like, for example, being short has always, like, short men have always known that they're at a disadvantage, right? Men with without a lot of money have always known that they're at a disadvantage when it comes to dating. But they still do it because there's a chance. Like, I don't know. You don't, like, you ask a woman on a date, you don't know what she gonna say. You don't know what her preferences and all that are. Like, you find that out as you date. But women have gotten beside themselves. They come online, they like, why would you, as a man with no money, or why would you, as a short man, come up to me, or you see me out having a good time with my girls, what come over you to come and talk to me? So now, men being the ego-driven creatures that we are, women make all these videos and they make all this content and they act like men don't see it. They act like we don't use the same internet. So no, a man is not finna go out his way to pursue a woman when he know, like, and it ain't even about the money. I think women a lot of times get it mixed up. Like, it ain't about the money. It ain't, oh, you broke. If you broke, just say that. If you don't, it ain't about that. It's about time, energy, effort. Why would I, as a man, pursue a woman? Like, say I follow you on the gram, or I follow you on TikTok, or I'm just a man. I just watch, podcasts. Why would I then, as a short man, or a man with not a lot of money, why would I then, like, pursue any woman? So now all the men are just in the house. And so what's left outside are the men that can fit all the criteria. He's tall, he's good looking, his hair is nice, he smells good, he got a good job, he make a lot of money, he drive a nice car, he like to take me out on dates, like, he likes to do all these things. But if he can do it now, he's doing it with 2, 3, 4 other different women. And now you want this man to settle down with you, but you ain't giving him no reason to think you special over the other 2, 3 women that he talking to. And so what's happened now is there's a disconnect. Half the men are inside, playing the game, in the gym, protecting their peace, protecting their energy, saving their money. And the other half of the men, they outside having their way, running the table with as many women as they can. And so now, like, women have to choose, and it's hard if you're a single woman trying to figure out, what do I want? Because I like this guy, but he like 2, 3 other different women, so now I have to be special. And I think.
So let me stop it there and ask you the question. Well, what I want to say, is it like that in Venezuela? Is it like that in which all the women are chasing after the same guys, and everybody else, they're saying 10% of guys, all the women want them. So when these guys see they have all these options, they're the most handsome, the richest guys in America, and they have all the options. All the women want them, so they end up having 3 or 4 girlfriends. And women are like, oh, why are well, how come he's not just being faithful to me? How come he's always cheating and he's dealing with all these other women? So then they get upset and they start thinking that guys are bad people. But it's not that guys are bad people. It's just you're choosing one of the top tier guys with the most options and then expecting him to be only with you. Is it like that in Venezuela?
No, I was actually going to say that I can tell by the videos you have played that girls are like a little bit more, I don't know if I could call it superficial. Like in America,
It's a
they
very
look
good
for
word.
the most handsome guy, and but here it's different. I can talk for all the girls that here, at least in Venezuela and most Latin America, we're just looking for guys like that are honest and that have goals in life. We're not looking like for the most handsome guy or the richest. We just want someone that it's like decent because
Somebody
there are
that would be a
very
good
bad.
husband, right? Somebody that you could build a family with.
Yes,
But
exactly.
they're not even looking for that. They're looking for the best guy. And then they want the best guy who has everything he wants in the world to just stop all of that that's going on in the world that's coming for him and just focus on her. And it's like that's not really how I think it would be a good thing in America if women were more like, look, I look for personality, I look for character, I look for intelligence, a good man who's going to raise a good family with me. But that is not what they look for because there's plenty of good guys out here, but the good guys, they don't get any play.
Yeah. Yes, here it's different. It's actually here guys are the most superficials. They are always like looking for the pretty girl with nice body and blah blah blah, and they are cheaters, and we just like we want someone decent. That's all we
Hmm.
want. That's all we ask for.
Yeah, it's reverse. It's definitely reverse because, but there's a big difference in America and like the rest of the world, and this is the big difference right here. And it's a very bad difference for Americans that a lot of Americans don't know unless they leave America. In America, almost 50% of the people are overweight. The women, they're big. I don't know if you know that, but about 50% of
Yeah,
the
I've
women,
seen TV shows.
they're like. But when you go to places like Venezuela, how what's the percentage of obese, overweight people do you think there is in Venezuela?
It's a small, like you won't normally see. There are like overweighted people. I'm not going to say there aren't. There are, but you won't see as many as in America. The percentage is very small.
Because I know, like,
Percentage.
I go to the Dominican Republic, and I hardly ever see any. When I go to Asia, I hardly ever see any big like overweight people. But the issue in America is, which is making it bad for men, is men like petite, men like small women. Like women that aren't overweight. Let me say that. And when you have so many and such a small amount of women who have nice bodies and are healthy, a healthy weight, all the men also want this small percentage of women, which means this small percentage of women have all the options in the world. Ooh, excuse me, when it comes to men. And it's the same thing. And then men, there's 10% of men that all women want. So there's a height requirement in America. I don't know if you know this, but women want men who are 6 foot tall or more. So is it like that in Venezuela? Like, do y'all care about height
No,
that much?
no, not really.
You do want them to be
There are
taller. You
couples
want them to
like
be taller than you, though, right?
yeah. I obviously want him to be taller than me, but you may normally see couples where the woman it's taller. You can see that. I have a friend that actually she's way taller than her boyfriend, and she doesn't mind.
Yeah, you almost never see that here. I mean, that's like extraordinarily rare. But so let me ask you this: if he's only like 1 or 2 inches taller than you, is that okay? As long as he's taller than you, or does he need to be a lot more taller than you?
It wouldn't be a problem, but I would like him to be a bit taller than me. Yeah,
Okay,
more than
quite
2 inches.
quite a bit. So so
More
you
than a
probably
bit.
you
Yes.
probably want a 6 foot guy too, huh?
No.
But
I don't know the height in feet. Like here we use centimeters, so I don't really know.
Okay.
how
Yeah. Well,
it works.
6 feet is wow centimeters. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to tell you how many centimeters are. I could tell you 6 feet is more like 2 meters though. You use meters.
Oh no, that's too much.
Yeah, that's pretty. It's pretty up
That's
there.
scary.
It might be a little bit less than 2 meters. You know, like basketball players, they want they want people who can make it in the sports world because the sports world they make a whole lot of money.
Mm.
So you know, it's
Uh-huh. They look for
basketball,
sports
football.
guys.
They want
Mm-hmm.
large men. And I have one more question before I go to the next video.
Okay.
So in Venezuela, the culture between like white people and black people is it different like it is in America? Like we have completely separate cultures, but do y'all have like different cultures or is everybody pretty much the same?
No, yeah, it's pretty much the same for everybody. We don't have that thing about like the skin color and that here. That doesn't really
Really?
goes on. Mm-hmm.
So I never experienced this in Latin America, but in Asia, it's very very obvious that they're not they're
Yes.
not racist. It's not that they don't like black people. They just don't find it attractive. So what I hear
Yeah.
is in Asia, basically the people who worked outside were the more poorer people. They worked in the fields, and the people who had money, they employed the poor people, but they stayed in the house. So since they stayed in the house generation after generation, their skin got lighter. And since the
Yeah.
people who worked outside generation after generation, their skin got darker. So when they see a darker skinned person, they think that they're poor, and it's kind of like a status symbol to have lighter skin. That's why they bleach their skin consistently. And like if you go to Asia, you see
Mm-hmm.
skin bleaching cream everywhere. And
Yes. Mm-hmm.
is it like that? Do y'all find darker skin less attractive or
No, no, it's not like that here. Actually, in this like side of the world, we do like dark color skin. We love to be like tan. We don't actually find attractive the very pale skin. You may see some creams like to whiten your skin, but here we don't really focus on that, and we like to be like tan.
okay? But people there they do identify themselves as either being white or black, right? Or no? Does that
Yes, but it's because here, like the culture, I know in America saying black may sound bad, but here in Venezuela, we don't like you don't grow up hearing that. Actually, I don't know how to explain this. I think it may sound bad, but yes, like here in Venezuela, we don't grow up listening that those were bad words. Here you actually use that as a nickname, and that's like totally normal. It's not like bullying or something.
okay?
Talking about this
I
skin
see.
color.
No, I see
Mm-hmm.
what you're saying because in America they seem to make it seem like everything that white's good and everything that's black is bad. And you're saying it's not like that in Venezuela. I
No,
mean, us
no,
black
it's
people,
not like
we
that.
we cherish the word black. I mean, we embrace it and we love it. But I get in the overall view of America, what they try to do, I would agree. They try. I mean, it's not like that now, but it was so deeply embedded into the culture of America that it's still there. That everything that's black is bad.
Yes, there's still some people like with that mentality, but here is not that much. Like it's a small percentage.
Okay.